All right. We made it. I can't believe it. I mean, I can believe it because I know that eventually it was going to be all right. And oh, look at this, AJ. I'm so glad AJ Blunt. I'm glad that you came here. Uh, it really does me a lot of good that you were first because I thought I was going to get like a totally different like group of people because this is an hour and something late than usual. And I just had a heck of a time trying to get on today. And I don't want to like over explain what happened because I don't want to encourage it to happen again. Um, but I'll say this Satan definitely does not want this stream to continue. Or Satan definitely wants to get in the way of this stream. Uh, and I don't understand why. It's just we're just a little group, and well, I do understand why, but like we're just a little group. We're here to build each other up. We're here to accept the truth, right? There's a certain uh, relief, right, in accepting the truth, right? There's like a relief in your brain. You're like, I'm accepting the truth. I don't need any proof from anybody anymore. I don't need any explanations. I don't need to prove it to anybody else, right? Like things are true whether I believe them or not. It's up to other people to wake up when they wake up. I'll try to wake people up, but it's not my number one thing. My number one thing is um, to speak highly of God. To say how I feel about Jesus, in an open way that I'm not ashamed of the fact that I love Jesus and that Jesus forgave me for my sins. And so Satan is controlled opposition, AJ Blunt. That is interesting. That is interesting. What do you mean by that? Well, it just kind of stuck out to me. I didn't see that coming, AJ Blunt. But so I don't know what's going on as far as like um, how it's very confusing to me how other channels feel about me, how other people feel about me, because it seems like everyone that comes up to me, um, seems nice, and they say that they want me to come on their channel, or that I'm their friend, or and then I know that they'll do stuff that's like against me, and so I don't get that. Like I never understood that, like um, there was times I guess in my life when I was younger, kid, and maybe a young adult where I was, would be like a little deceitful, probably a lot deceitful to get my way here and there, right? But I couldn't imagine like just going up to somebody's face and saying, "You're my, you're my friend," and then trying to hurt that person intentionally. To me, I don't understand that. And then I've been getting these, invites to speak on other channels about God or have debates or discussions, right? And it's not that I don't want to do it. And some of the people seem nice enough, right? It's just that whenever I do it, right? Whenever it's like this is my focus, is this group here. If I do good with this group, I know that God is going to give me um, more responsibility to take care of if I do good. And it's a strong group that is not dependent on me. So if I do mess up, I know that it's not going to be that bad because people are strong. Most people in the chat are stronger than me, but But I know that if I do this well, that God will trust me with more people, and the stronger people in the chat will help the newer people, and I think that it will be a beautiful thing. Of course, I can't really judge what it's going to be. I mean, I hope it's good, right? And I think that the right type of people are coming here, and so like I don't have any problems with that. There's going to be people that are broken. There's going to be people that have done things wrong. There's going to be people that have some character defects to fix, right? There's going to be people with some shortcomings in their character, right? And I want to let you know that all those things is me too, right? Me too. And when I go to judge somebody else, right? I start with the mirror. I start with myself, right? I go, okay, well, who am I, right? What is good and bad about me? And that's hard for me because um, it's hard for me to give myself compliments, but I know that I do have good qualities. And so I start with, okay, well, what's good about me, and what has God forgiven me for, right? Then I look at the other person, right, and I go, okay, well, this person that came in, um, God can forgive them too, you know, and fix their life to make them be better too. And I think what happens is that is that like when I say I believe the Bible, right, and we have everybody in the chat, we believe the Bible, and you have salvation, right? That's faith alone, right? Faith in Jesus alone is salvation, right? You get to heaven because Jesus paid the price. You can't mess it up because He's perfect, right? So He paid the price. He's sufficient. He paid it in full. You get your your salvation. And I think where people really make a mistake is they think that that means that you could just do whatever you want, right? And not have any kind of change of heart, or not work on your character, or not act better or be better, right? Um, and I think that people want to connect salvation to our relationship with God in our life, right? Like that it's all one thing. Well, it's not, right? Salvation is done, right? It's paid for, right? That's done. We can't mess that up, right? And um and if we're truly saved, right? And we understand that what exactly that is, right? And just how big of a favor that really is, right? And then it's going to be instinctual inside of you, right? That you're going to start feeling secure about where you're going. You're not going to be as scared as like, what's going to happen to me when I die, right? Now with that security, right, with that freedom, right, um, you should want to do better and be better and do the commandments that Jesus talks about, right? Because if you love Him, then you'll try to do that, right? And I don't do it perfect either. Like, there's a lot of things that I could be doing that I don't do. You know, but what I try to do is, focus. See, here's the thing about working on one's character, right? Is when I'm working on my character, I have to understand that, like I'm really not the one doing the work, because if my character is broken, I can't really fix my character with a broken character. You know what I mean? I have to rely on God to do that for me, right? I never was this person that you see right now. Yes, this is who I am deep down. This is my authentic self, right? And now that I am this way, I know that this is who I am, right? And it feels good to be genuine, right? But for most of my life, I wasn't this person, right? I was affected by, people with me growing up. Maybe I did deal with a little bit of abuse. Um, some abuse at the time. I didn't even really feel like I was being abused. To be honest, it was all right. Uh, but looking back, now that I know what that is, right? um, it's horrific, and and then uh, there was a little bit of sexual abuse when I was a kid too, and that's horrible too. And I don't like to admit that, but that's what happened to me, and by uh, by people that I thought loved me and wanted me to be safe, right? And so we take this abuse, right, and we start to build our character to protect our brain. We want to protect ourselves from feeling hurt, right? And so over and over and over again, like we start to develop these personality traits, right, that really are there to protect us, right? Yeah, of course, we want to be cool, we want to be accepted, we want to be liked, right? These are all things the ego does to us, right? And it puts us in the center of things, right? But it's like we're taught this on TV. We're taught, everybody is like this. Everybody wants to accumulate wealth or money or have name brand clothes. That, like, we're taught these things are important, right? Well, when we're praying to God to have our um, character worked on, we want all these defects of character to leave us, right? It's not our fault, right? That we're like this, right? But it is our responsibility to fix it, you know. And so, what helps is if we're. It doesn't help to be condemning yourself and saying, okay, well, I did these things bad. I need to do this, and this, because that guilt won't help you fix yourself, right? So it's better to and it's just semantics, right? But you're going to look at yourself as being sick. Like, I'm sick, right? I'm sick. I have these defects of character, and God wants me to be well, right? Now, now, don't attach that to, like, a lot of people say, well, if you're doing, the commandments of God, or working on your character, or trying to be better for God, or trying to have a better relationship with God, or asking God for to make you whole again and more authentic, and like that, somehow that's a works based salvation, and that's not true. We have this inner desire to want to make up for and fix the things that we've done wrong, right? None of that is going to help us get saved. None of that is going to help us go to heaven, right? We are going to go to the afterlife because Jesus gave it to us as a gift, and he paid our punishment, which is death. We deserve death, right? And so he took our punishment in our lives, in our relationship with God, right? We do our best, to show gratitude for that. Is it a requirement? No, it's not required for salvation to do that. But I don't think that I've seen anybody that is saved that has any type of real gratitude inside of them, right? That doesn't have these things, and I think that's what James was talking about um, in the Bible when he said, how do you have faith without works? He goes, I'll show you my faith with my works, right? Now, he's not saying that you have to have works in order to get saved, right? Your faith saves you, right? But if you really do have genuine faith, right, it will show in your real life, right? And so a lot of people look at these things as being like contradictory, right? Instead of looking at the deeper spiritual meaning of it, right? It is possible to have your salvation be completely saved by faith, right? That's how it is. Jesus paid the price. And it's also possible to want to make your life better and to want to do good works and to try your best, right? I think what happens is once we tell people that we're saved by faith, they think we're saying you could just do what you want, right? And uh, and I think that, well, number one, salvation shouldn't be your only goal in life. Okay, well, I'm saved, it's all good, forget everybody else, right? And forget being better. I don't know anybody with that type of an attitude. I mean, I'm sure it exists out there, right? Because I mean, everything exists in the world. But instead of viewing all these things as contradictions, right, it's better to really look at the deep spiritual meaning of it, right? If you have faith, then it'll show, right? You don't have to do works. You don't, but you probably will, you know? And so it would be hard to show faith without doing good works, right? And, hey, I don't know, man. I don't know, but it makes me feel darn good to try to do what Jesus says to do. And I'm not even going to say I do a good job of it. I try my best, and yeah, and I make mistakes. But I get joy out of that, knowing that I agree. I mean that I feel good. But I want to see where AJ said, okay, the book of Job, Satan had to ask God before. Yes, well, we have to consent to Satan in order for him to hurt us, right? If you resist the devil, he will flee from you, right? There's a certain level of consent that you have to do, right? If you don't consent to the devil, if you resist him, he will leave you. Hey Tony, how you doing? And so if so it's like yeah, Job is a very important book because it shows you exactly what Satan can do to you, right? And sets a precedence as to, because here's the thing, right? We want to blame God for calamity. Not we, but people in general want to blame God for, okay, well, why is there so much suffering, or why is there all this evil in the world, why is there all this, but no one wants to blame the bad guy, right? Which really is Satan, but overall, right? It's really us. We create the evil. We are the ones that give Satan power, right? Because we consent to it, right? And so if Satan can trick you into consenting, right? That's his game. That's so every time you watch TV, right? And you're enjoying it and you like it, right? Not saying that it's wrong, do what you want, right? I don't judge anything. You read the Bible and God has rules, and you be the judge of what you want to do for God. Read the Bible. That's my advice is the Bible's true. Uh, I believe that I know that for sure, and and uh, and read the Bible and get what God is saying to you, and those are the rules. I'm not the enforcer of the rules, right? But when you watch television, you're consenting, right, to whatever that TV is doing to you, whether it's uh, there's some kind of sound that affects your mind, or images that flash or spin, right? Or or even whether there's something hypnotic about it or suggestive about it, you're basically consenting to whatever that TV and those images are doing to you, right? If you're seeing like images of death and images of horrific crimes, right, then it's desensitizing you in some way, because you have to understand that everything that you experience is a variable in your life, right? Everything, every air you breathe, right? Every sound you hear, every image you see, everything you eat, all the medicine you take, the water you drink. I mean, everything that you are affected by, right, or that you experience has an effect on you. And even I would say time is more of a man-made thing, right? But maybe not, right? Like I mean, time is in the Bible, right? So everything is created by God, but like time itself, right? Uh, even is like more of in a linear way, it's like a slow push, right? That does a lot of damage to your body, right? It affects you in a damaging way, right? So even things you think are not affecting you are affecting you, right? So what I'm saying is every time you eat a Twinkie, right, and you can't pronounce the stuff in there, right, you're consenting to eating that. So whatever evil happens to you, right, you're consenting to that. Now, in the case of Job, right, this was a test, right, and so the father and the devil um, made a bet in a way, that Job would stay faithful. And when you see Job's friends, and I'm not a teacher. I'm just breaking down what I think. I'm not a teacher in any kind of way, right? I try if I do understand something, but the way I understand it is that Job's friends were saying, hey, it must be something you're doing, that's causing this, right? And Job was telling him, no, it's nothing I'm doing, right? I don't know why this is happening, right? And it's a lot of things, right? One, right, consenting to the devil is one way to have the devil affect you, because if you do resist him, he will leave you. That is scripture. That has to happen, right? And I think when you acquire things in life, right, whether it be wealth or health or anything, right, it belongs to God, right, and so you know things can be taken away from you in a test. You could be tested in your health, right, and depending on how you look at life, right, how important is life to you? Is it just a poof, a vapor? Once we get through life, it will be maybe insignificant to us compared to eternity, right? Or is life so important that every single detail of everything that people have done you wrong is is of huge vital importance, right? And so it really depends on what your view is, what your foundation is when you start, and so that's an interesting book. And see, I like the Bible because uh, I love the Bible, but it's like it gives us precedence of like what is possible, right? The thief on the cross, right, teaches us that even to your last breath you have the ability to choose to love Jesus, right, and to believe in Him and accept His grace, right. The prodigal son tells you, you could go off and and spend your inheritance and lay with vile women and be dirty in a pig pen and come back and God is not going to beat you down for that. God is going to love you and be happy that you're back, right? And those are beautiful things, right? To say, okay, well, God sets the precedence for these things. The Bible is like beautiful stories, right? Of an amazing history, right? And if we take our pride and prejudice out of it, right? Um, like in context, it's amazing what the Bible is saying to us, right? And it verse by verse, it tells us, you know, uh, what the precedents are, right? How far can we go and still be okay, or what is the best way to act, or how should we be feeling, or vice versa, how are we supposed to live our life? Oh, Summer's voice says, sorry I'm late listening. and getting ready for work. Dutch Sailor, no, oh yeah, level up. Bible says nothing about using oil for salvation. Yeah, yeah, I don't remember reading anything about that. Hey brother, hey all, yep, that's Tony. Hey Tony. I did okay. Dutch Sailor, Rowan. Hey Rowan. End times teacher, live on your page tonight. End times teacher, I want to say this, right? Um, yeah, I wanted to have a talk with you, like a discussion. I mean, you kind of approached me, end times teacher, right? And was like, hey, look, you want to have a discussion, right? And then when I get over there, you got a guy on there that like has made like 20 hit pieces on me, and it felt kind of like a setup. And so and I'm still trying to figure out what it is that you believe. And I try to ask you these questions, and I wanted to have more of a private conversation to figure out well, yeah, and that's the thing, right? And I pray for T-Mog. I want T-Mog to get right and to see the light and to have everything that I want for myself. But the reality is he's not a good person, to me, right? I don't judge people, and this is harsh for me to say that because I give people a million chances, right? A million chances, even beyond what they really deserve, right? And this dude said a lot of bad things about me and things that were untrue and even silly at times. And it's just you know I pray for him to make it. I do. I hope God shows him whatever he needs to see to get right. But obviously, I don't know. I don't have that spirit inside me like that. I have a spirit inside me that believes that I can't explain it. But when somebody believes in God, I mean, you could just tell. Like there's a there's a knowing that you have with another person when I can't explain it to you. I wish I could. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you know what the Holy Spirit feels like, but it doesn't give you this attitude of not caring if other people make it or not, or or believing you're more special than somebody else, or that these are all that's Satan in your brain. We're all equal in this. We're all in this together. Here's the thing, man. Whether you've read the Bible 30 years or you read the Bible one day, right? We're in this stuff together. And we need to work on this stuff together. Whether you like each other or not, we're all in this world together, right? And it's not always about you, you know. It's about what are we gonna do as people because we are a body of Christ. And look, it doesn't, guys, it doesn't do any good to be arguing in this chat. Please don't do it here. And we'll do it. You guys can do it on another platform. But what I want to say is that, like, I don't mind having discussions about the Bible, but I don't want to be set up in a way where it's like your intention is to just, you know, your intention is to win or to prove something wrong. Our intention should be to do God's will, no matter what that is, right? And so that's how I feel. And I read the Bible with complete abandon, without any ideas of what I think it means, you know. And so, anyway, guys, I'll say this for just 2 minutes. I'm gonna ask you guys not to type anything back and forth to each other. Please, for 2 minutes, I want to just round it out, and I want to say, a little bit of how I feel, right? I just want to say, no, 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 we don't. Hey, look, there's no beef with me between me and anybody, right? I serve God, and whatever God asks me to do, I'm gonna do, right? Um, and so right now, I'm just doing my little thing here, right? And if you want to have a discussion, we'll have a discussion, but it will be in a respectful way that Oh no, no, no! I'm not mad at him. Hey, look! I'm not taking any sides, and I'm not, whatever people typed. I don't care. I'm not even going to go read it. Right? I'm just saying I want to round out, and I want to round out in a way where we can all just think about like God loves all of us, right? And yeah, it's true. Not everyone is going to make it, right? And that's something we have to accept, right? That it's a narrow road and few will find it. And yeah, I can't wait for Jesus to come back because it's getting to the point now where I'm the bad guy. I have to face all kinds of resistance. Everywhere I go, I'm not allowed to be forgiving, or I'm not allowed to. It's just it's getting harder and harder for me because I always get things from both sides. One side says, "Don't do this. Don't believe this. Don't believe that." And another side, "Oh, don't hang out with this." And these other people don't hang out with it. And I'm trying to defend all of you to each other. Really, that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm not saying we don't deserve to be defended, right? I don't deserve to be defended, right? It's all about it's all about God has given us a gift that we don't deserve, and this is a good place to feel grateful. And hey, you know what, end times teacher, I don't understand this. You're asking me to show myself a man. I mean, what is that all about, man? Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Well, you know what? I've asked you not to do that. I was, trying to round out real quick. If you guys want to talk, you guys can find each other. I'm going to say this, right? God bless you guys, right? I'm not upset. I was late today. It's my problem. And so I'm going to say this, right? God bless you guys. Praise Jesus, right? For his sacrifice and his grace. If I can have this chat where everyone can feel comfortable, I would. It's harder than it looks. And I'm sure all of you at channels know, right? That I'm going to have to deal with some stuff in here, and I want people to be tough, right? I want people to be strong. Because if we can't handle this, right, if we can't show up every day here, right, whether it's hard or whether it's not hard, right, um, then how are we gonna be out there, And we're getting close to it because as crazy as it is out there now, it's gonna get exponentially worse. Not just worse, but worse in orders of magnitude. And so, come on, guys. Um, I, I, I'm not taking any sides. I'm not against any of you, right? Uh, and I'm gonna say that the only thing that I want is for you guys to think about God and think about your own salvation and what God has done for you, and and to show up here tomorrow. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. God bless you guys. I love you. Oh wait, now I gotta wait another minute because it's on that number that I hate, right? So it's just crazy, man. When it rains, it pours, right? Like we were like at a point where it could have rounded it out and everything, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with this world, and it's not that all numbers belong to God, right? That's not what I'm trying to do, you know. But but if I have the choice of having it or not having it, I will choose not to have it like that. And so, you know, hey guys, if you guys got to call each other out in my chat, see, here's the thing, end times teacher, if this is the way, right, that I mean, I thought you were like a decent enough guy that maybe got caught up in some stuff that because in my mind, I'm thinking your spirit is good, man, right? And you don't seem like a bad dude, man. It seems like you got caught up with some bad stuff, but it's like over and over again, you're choosing to defend the evil instead of just accepting the good and getting out of it. I don't know. I can't judge you, but your acceptance, all that matters is that God accepts you. You don't need to be accepted by nobody else, right? And we've got to work out our own salvation, fear, and trembling, right? And we got to stop feeling that we're better than somebody else, right? Yeah, look, I get that all you did was respond, right? But there's, I mean, I mean, every time someone tried to trap Jesus in front of everybody, right? Should we pay Caesar, right? I mean, that was a cold move, a low blow, right? In front of everybody, they were trying to trap Jesus, trying to get him to say the wrong thing, right? Did he call them people out? Or did he think spiritually, right? How do I answer this question? Right? I'm not expecting you to be like Jesus, right? But I'm expecting you to be more like Jesus in this, you know? And everybody wants to talk about Jesus had righteous anger. It's because people are trying to sell salvation in the temple. And that makes me mad too, you know? Yeah, I know. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy that we can't all just get along, you know? But anyway, if you guys care about me, you know, and I hate doing it like this, but yeah, I won't even say that. I'm just gonna say that I would like you guys to be here tomorrow. I do love you guys, and I do want everybody to make it and get better. And it's at a point now where it's hard to reason with some people, you know, where I don't think it's gonna be possible, you know. And so I just pray this, right? I pray for God's will to happen, whatever that is, right? And I want God's will to happen, and I don't have a perfect understanding of what that is, but I'm with God on His understanding of it, and I want what God wants, right? Automatically, whether I understand it or not. And whatever I do understand, I'm not going to lean on that for anything. And so, God bless you. Praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace. And we start fresh tomorrow with a daily reprieve. God bless you.